Well, they have been sharing faith in the community here in our town, Gibson City, for nearly 75 years. And hanging out with me now, Jonah Wilson, the associate minister here, pastor, and Jessica Berkey with the Children's Youth Ministry. Thank you so much for having us. Let's talk Gibson City Bible Church and kind of give everybody a little overview of what your mission is here in Gibson City.
Well, the mission of our church is to make disciples of Jesus Christ here in Gibson City and around the world. So what we do ultimately all comes back to that, whether it's worshiping on a Sunday morning or engaging in groups throughout the week or even supporting ministries that happen all over the world. That's what it comes back to.
And let's talk about some of those ministries, specifically the youth ministry here at Gibson City Bible Church. There's a proverb that says, train your child in the way they should go, and then when they're older, they will not depart from it. That's kind of what your all's mission is here. You've got so many great ways for kids to get plugged in. Let's talk about some of those.
Yeah, so I get to oversee infant through 8th grade ministries. That's on Sunday mornings and on Wednesday nights. Coming up very soon is Salt and Light, our youth ministry for kindergarten through 8th grade. And then Jonah oversees the high school Ignite. So we have that starting on September 5th.
What happens at these gatherings for the teens and for the youth?
Sure. One of our biggest goals is to feed each child a home-cooked meal every evening or every Wednesday evening before we have programs. They have a Bible story, they have memory verse, they have craft, they have playtime. So we pack a lot in about an hour and a half.
And you mentioned playtime. There's also play groups also offered here.
Yes, I also host a play group for moms and toddlers on Wednesday mornings, and that will also begin this October.
Okay, speaking of all the things happening in fall, you've also got lots of great support groups, care groups. Tell me a little bit about some of those and what happens with those.
Sure. So we really encourage everybody in our church to be a part of what we call growth groups, which are our church's small groups that meet in homes and give people the opportunity to pray for each other, to fellowship together, typically enjoy some good food, and continue to study God's Word. And then we also have various groups that meet throughout the week as well. So we have our divorce care and single and parenting ministries for parents and for individuals who are in those situations who really need support and encouragement in tangible ways. We also have a grief share group for those who have experienced a loss of any kind, a friend, family member, whatever that may be. And those are some ways that we kind of reach out into the community in different ways. And then there's just other times of fellowship as well. There's a group of widows in the church that get together once a month and just enjoy time of fellowship and eating together, and some other breakfasts and Bible studies and things like that.
You know, the pandemic and COVID really kind of had an effect on churches and how people get together to fellowship and worship. Has that had an effect on you here, and how have you kind of rolled with the punches?
We are probably recovered in a sense from COVID. We're back to what we were doing before, but there are some things that do look different. So before COVID happened, we were already live streaming our worship services, but that's something that we continued to lean into a little bit. We're standing in a room that has some new cameras that contribute toward that, for instance. So we do that on Sunday mornings, and then some of those other groups I mentioned have also been impacted by that. So most of our care groups that meet happen via Zoom and in person. So we can meet and minister to those even if they don't feel comfortable being here in person in the building.
You know, it's great because now being online and streaming, you can have a reach even farther than Central Illinois and to share your mission here at Gibson City Bible Church. If somebody is interested, they want to plug in with you, maybe they want to come check out a service either Sunday or Wednesday, or get involved with one of your Salt and Light groups or play groups, what's the best way for them to go about doing that?
You can reach out to the church or just go to our website, gibsoncitybible.org. You can find lots of info there. We also have a Facebook page and other social media accounts, but the website's probably the simplest.
Okay, very good. Well, we appreciate you having us here. They're sharing faith in the community here in Gibson City and surrounding communities. And if you want to learn a little bit more about their mission and the work that they're doing and how you can get plugged in, we'll connect you at CILiving.tv. And we do thank the church for sponsoring our segment today.